the ninja village as the race begins right now. So basically, you see this really great setting in the ninja village, and we're gonna be summoned for a lesson, and we're gonna learn the first thing in this game, which is cloud step. And cloud step is, in my opinion, what actually defines this game, is what makes this game so fun. I don't know if you guys agree with me.
Oh, I totally agree.
Yeah, definitely.
So for those who don't know, cloud step is a mechanic that whenever you slash an object, you gain like a little cloud under you, I guess, and you can make another jump. So by slashing objects or enemies, you gain cloud step, and later on we're gonna find other ways to get cloud step as well. And that is like really, really great.
The best thing about this mechanic is that after you hit a lantern or whatever that you hit that enables you to do the cloud step, is you can save that double jump for as long as you like before you land. And that makes it great. That makes the platforming here a little bit more, I don't know, a little bit more eclectic, I guess. So, going into the Ninja Village, this stage is pretty much just platforming. You pretty much hold right, hope you time your jumps correctly. You get a little wet, come back out of the water. Just really a test of your platforming at the most basic level. Fundamentals.
Exactly.
And another thing to point out too, recently there's been a patch to add essentially turbo in a way for the dialogues. So before we had to manually match every dialogue, now we just hold two buttons together and you know, go through all the dialogues at the same speed. So it puts a even playing field there. So the the fast German matchers don't have the advantage, Kappa.
Yeah.
But no. So now basically Ninja Village is always a 144 split, pretty much. So it's pretty nice.
Oh, I forgot. I misspoke. I meant to say Autumn Hills, but yeah. Whenever I was talking about the platforming.
Okay, we synced the timers now.
Yeah, nice. We are good to go now. That's good.
Yeah. All right.
So right off the bat, a little bit of like optimization, I guess, and movement, and we're gonna collect also 40 time shards. Time shards are like the currency in this game. We need 40 because when we enter the first shop, and we get like the first encounter with the shopkeeper, we get climbing clothes where we can climb walls, and also we're gonna buy an upgrade, which is Aspect of the Ninja. I actually don't remember the name. But yeah, but technically you just like slash projectiles now that enemies throw, and you can get cloud step from that, which is really helpful.
And you'll see a lot of creative use of that mechanic in the game later.
Right, cheeky damage boost right there from Kodran. Let's see if BroedgeMan gets it as well. That damage boost, okay, nice. He gets it. Yeah, it's actually not that easy to get. At the same time, it kind of relies on luck because it really depends on like your positioning, I guess, on the spikes. So it's not really that easy to manipulate that. It will either go forward or backwards, I guess. Yo, shoutouts to Rebel Dragon Eyes for making an insane soundtrack for this game. And having like really cool effects, right? Like the underwater effect.
Yeah, I know some people actually really like that game, or like playing this game just because of that feature. It's pretty funny. It's a really nice touch.
Yeah, the stepping through time and the music changing also, just picking up right where it left off.
Yeah, exactly. All those little details.
So we have some very interesting name choices for this race. We got Hi Mom from Kodran. Shoutouts to his mom. And we have BroedgeMan confusing everyone with putting Kodran in his name. And not only that, the double A Kodran, which is his old spelling of his name.
They're having yeah, we like to troll, I guess, in our community, right?
yeah, lots of good times. Memes aplenty.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, really cool technique now. We'll see from the Kodran's screen. Okay, he missed it. But he kind of get it.
Close enough.
Close enough.
Got
Let's see, BroedgeMan. Okay, he gets it the original way. Like that was like
Oh wow.
You can see BroedgeMan is doing the old-fashioned way. But yeah, basically by using that clouds mechanic, I guess, and doing a proper jump, you can skip that section. Those little optimizations actually help a lot in the speedrun.
Yeah, it's gonna be an interesting dynamic in this race, seeing Kodran with pretty much most of the updated strats and BroedgeMan doing a lot of the old stuff.
Yep, cleaning the dust off.
Exactly. So we are approaching the boss of this level. Yeah, Autumn Hills is not necessarily a difficult level. Like, you can lose a little bit of time every now and then, you know, due to some small mistakes. But, you know, overall it's like pretty straightforward. You will not die in this level. It's like highly unlikely. Right before the boss, we buy 2 upgrades, which are the shurikens that are going to be used to one-cycle this boss, and also recovery, which whenever we get hit, we can like press A and just like continue moving.
So over the course of the next 2 levels, they're going to be going to collect 275 time shards, so they can go ahead and max out the upgrades later in the run. I think this has to happen before Howling Grotto, so we still got a little bit to see that. Kodran gets the 1 cycle.
Nice, nice.
And is BroedgeMan gonna get it?
Yep.
Yep.
Clean 1 cycles from both of them.
Not that big of a gap.
Yeah, it's not that big of a deal to get like the 1 cycle in that one, but you know, sometimes you mess up, you know, the mashing, I guess, or the shuriken, so you don't get the 1 cycle. So there's a really difficult cycle, or used to be a difficult cycle, I guess, in this room that both of them are. We used to like mash the text, right? So you could barely get that cycle with the crusher. Now with the text skip, or the text upgrade, it's kind of impossible to skip it. Oh, BroedgeMan actually will miss it because he took a hit. But yeah, if you don't get a hit, you can like avoid, I guess, not getting that cycle, I guess. Okay, I kind of messed up. Also, okay, Kodran got a clip, but he didn't wait. Yeah, so he got a clip, an accidental one, so just because of the race, you know, he will stop to lose a little bit of time, and that makes sense. That's like a really rare clip. I think I've never seen that clip before in my life. But that's kind of funny that he got in a race. Of course it happens in a race. Way to go, Kodran.
It's not the first time it's happened either. I think there have been other races this tournament where that's happened.
Yep.
But always funny to see.
So Catacombs is one of the levels that, well, you have to make some really tight cycles overall. You'll see like the crust, if you get crust, you're dead. Most of the level you'll be low HP. If you get on the spikes, you'll get 3 points of damage from the spikes. So, you know, you will most likely die. So, yeah, Catacombs is not a fun level, let's say that.
Right.
And something that might be a little bit of a, you know, tricky situation for BroedgeMan is the fact that in out of bounds category, he doesn't do Catacombs.
Yeah.
So, because you can completely skip this level, but, you know, now he had to learn it for the tournament. Which is not a big deal again, but you know, it's a little bit out of the comfort zone, I guess. Okay, one of the first elements, I guess, of RNG in this room. Kodran not getting the cleanest wizard room, but gets a really nice skill with the wizard. We are utilizing the shurikens there to get some really quick kills there. And overall, the RNG on the wizards is like where they're gonna teleport next, because if they are like in your way, you might lose a little bit of time in some sections, I guess.
And nice, Kodran didn't take too much damage, so was able to do the spike boost in the swing room. And same for BroedgeMan.
Yeah. Yo, really nice. Both runs are having a really good run so far. One thing to mention is that they don't have a lot of time shards, so they might have to make like a backup, I guess. in the bamboo, take like a backup crystal.
Luckily, there's plenty of backups in the run. Like, pretty much the speedrun in general, like, most of the time shards you need are on the way without going too far out of the way. So it's just a matter of not missing any of these lanterns, and, and getting some good luck with enemy drops if you absolutely need more.
Yeah, just pretty much mashing X unless it's going to slow you down.
Yeah, pretty much.
Or square if you're using a PlayStation 4 controller.
Yeah. Okay, this boss has a lot of like a big RNG element into it. Kodran gets a really bad pattern, so unfortunately he will lose 8 seconds compared to the best possible fight that you can get. Really nice optimizations though. We know the pattern, so we're gonna get up there to kill him in this phase. BroedgeMan getting the good RNG, so right now he has a huge chance of catching up to Kodran. If we get a kill in probably down here, if he does it correctly. Okay, he didn't use the shurikens.
Yeah.
Okay, I see. So yeah, he missed a couple of hits because he didn't use the shurikens. There you go. A little bit of a slower kill, but I think it might be a little bit slower than the other one, right? With the bad RNG. I don't know.
Yeah, hard to tell.
Yeah, it might be close to even, I guess. Yeah, both of them are gonna enter bamboo, and yeah, this is our favorite place, I guess, in the speedrun. This in Glacial Peak, but yeah, our second name is Bamboo Boys, and let's go, Bamboo Boys.
Yeah,
so up in
Bamboo
chat.
Boys.
Yep.
I'm hyped. This is our home. So Bamboo is like such a great level, great music, and amazing platforming.
This is kind of that level where you're not expected to beat a boss. You're just kind of allowed to be as flashy as you want, or you can take the easy way. I don't really know where I was going with that. I forgot. Yeah, not gonna lie.
So really nice optimizations here. We don't have like a lot of upgrades, so we rely on pure slashing, like cloud stepping management, I guess. Kodran having a little bit of an issue here, so I don't know what he's doing.
Oh no. Yeah, so the trick there is you want to jump over that like middle kind of, just the thing in the middle of the screen. I don't know what you call it, a tree or whatever, but it's a pretty tight jump, and if you miss it, you kind of have to like land on the swing, go back left, and either try again or wait for the fireball from the fire dude.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know what exactly Kodran was doing, but now he gave BroedgeMan a chance to catch up. Deaths in this game are not really super punishing. The only issue is that whenever you die, you have that little demon following you around, and whenever you... first of all, Kodran didn't go... He went for the N2 skip, but he didn't get it. But yeah, whenever you get time shards, that little demon will eat your time shards until he's either fed up again, like completely, or he's bored, like after like a couple of minutes. He's gone now. So whenever you got the time shards now, it will go to your bank. So because we need 275 time shards, Kodran will have to get the backup crystal here. So he's gonna lose even more time.
Not to mention your first death is really slow too, because you get that long dialogue with, Corbel explaining who he is and what he's doing and all that, so... Luckily, Mash Patch kind of makes that quicker, but still.
Yeah, you saw right there the backup crystal underneath the shop in the last shop, I guess, in Bamboo. Have enough time crystals to enter Howling Grotto and get the necessary upgrade. Okay, BroedgeMan having a little bit of difficulty here with the skip.
Oh yeah, this vertical room, yeah.
Alright.
And not really waiting out those fireballs.
Yeah.
It's kind of tripping them up a little bit. Usually, in most cases, you can just diagonally, as long as you time it right, you can just diagonally just slash jump until you make it to the other side.
Right. There's a lot of like double lantern jump action in that room. That could be tricky at first, but once you get it down, it's not too bad.
Exactly. Both runs are, on the way now to grow. They're continuing. One death from Kodran kind of like shortens the gap between these two, but you can see that Kodran is still like in the lead. He has like about 20-second lead because mostly better execution in some levels. Playing it way too safe, I have to say. Probably taking on a couple of like less risky approaches in some rooms for the race.
Didn't go for the YOLO spike there.
Yeah,
that's fine.
Yeah.
So you can go the right side, and there was a couple of rooms ago. You can go right side with a lot of spikes, or you go left side, which is like the wind that pushes up. It's slightly faster to go the right side, but it's a little scary.
Alright, so we mentioned 275 time starts, and they did buy something in this level. First of all, we had to go to the shop because we needed a new upgrade, and that is the glide attack. You can press A while you're in the air to slowly glide. It's a really cool mechanic. It's going to be utilized whenever you see like that little bit of air flown, I guess, from the ground. You can use the glide to go up, or slowly go down, as you saw in Kodran's screen right now. But we also picked up 2 upgrades. One of them is going to be utilized in the next screen for Kodran. And the other upgrade is the glide attack, which is really useful for platforming, especially in the later stages. And there was the upgrade that we said, that we bought. It's the underwater boost, and this is going to be used just in that room for this speedrun. Funny enough.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. In the full any percent, there's like so many uses for that dash, but for 8-bit, it's pretty much the only thing, and you have enough money, so you might as well.
Exactly. It does save like quite some time, right? I think it's about 2 seconds.
Yeah, probably, because you keep that speed for quite a while, and in the shop it's like only 1 input up from where you already are, so...
Yep. Oh, you have to buy it anyways, because...
oh, it's the one under it. Oh, okay, never
Yeah.
mind. Yeah, so you have to anyway.
Yeah. In any percent, you can do some really crazy strats with the underwater boost, by the way. It's like ridiculous. And we are in Grotto boss, and for many runners who start playing this game, I think this boss is a little bit tricky, right?
That was me like a week ago.
Don't mind me, I'm not gonna watch this boss fight, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I didn't want to see anything, but yeah. So, interesting technique here. Kodran is messing up this fight, unfortunately. Come on, Kodran. Still, basically, you're gonna do 7 slashes on the core, and then you wanna throw D8 and the last hit before you make the boss vulnerable. While you're on the side, and you throw a shuriken, so that you can like maximize your damage while you're on the boss. And you can get a 2-cycle that Kodran did. Okay, he messed up like 1-2 hits, but he nailed it then. And the last phase, of course, is just like that's the last is against the green ball. Kodran does a really great job. So let's see how BroedgeMan handles this one.
So far, so good. He's got the first part of it done.
Okay. Couple of unfortunate hits. He's gonna play a bit safe though. Okay, he did it. I think he will get. Yeah, he will get the 2-cycle. Yeah, can I get some?
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Can I get some Bible thumbs in chat? Yeah, because this is a little bit sad.
Yeah.
Apparently, that green emerald guy was friendly, but he attacked us because he said that he was like kind of scared, I guess, because we approached him. I suppose. Mm-hmm. And then the ninja blamed him, and then the emerald golem blamed the ninja. It's a sort of sad thing, too. But he's helping us after that, so it's nice. We're good.
Alright, so now both runners are in Quill Shroom. Interesting level. It definitely makes it a lot easier if you have the wingsuit attack like Kodran has right now. To basically just, just cloud step off of basically everything, especially this room. There's a lot of things you can use it on.
Yeah, that room Kodran is on right now is like a really long room, and you can actually clear the whole thing without stopping pressing right, which is incredible if you think about it. Kodran messing up a little bit, but overall he had a really solid room. Let's see how BroedgeMan handles this. It's such a long room, by the way, that when BroedgeMan entered that room, Kodran left that room.
Yeah.
And the difference is between the two runs right now is around 20 to 25 seconds. So you can see that it's a long screen. Okay, BroedgeMan so far with a really clean level. I have to say, for the out of bounds runners, this level now feels really great, because in the out of bounds run you don't have the glide attack here, and the glide attack is a really nice luxury to have in this one. It makes like a lot of platforming so much easier. Approximately 5 seconds are saved by using the glide attack in this level, compared to not using it, which is incredible. Okay, nice clean sections from both runners, I have to say. Not really any huge mistakes. That long room from both runners were, in the end it was a little bit tricky, but it can be like that, because the timing on the spike ball and the bird boost can be a little bit tricky, but both of them did a really good job. And they got some really nice skips in some of the screens. Yeah, pretty straightforward level. The last section that Kodran is on right now is kind of scary. You're on 3 HP, and it's kind of easy to get hit. Oh, he got hit twice. Now this is super scary for him.
Yeah. Oh man.
Oh no, Kodran.
Whoa. Okay.
Okay, so we have like a little bit of a joke, inside joke, I guess, that we say that Kodran needs to practice. So he's ducking there. He pretty much, I don't know if he hears me, but saying that, but he did that for me. But he thinks that because he got the 32-22, he doesn't need to practice. But apparently he still needs to practice, man. Right, Queen of Quills, so far you've seen like a really cool tech that we use cloud step to go up and then knock her like off like the rings, as you see right here as well, to get some really fast kills there. We're going to do a really good job.
Nice.
Did he actually got a new strat? I think it was.
Yeah, is that new?
I think it's a little bit slower, to be honest.
I thought it was too.
But it was cool, I guess.
Yeah, it's definitely cool. Skip the whole whipping phase.
Mm-hmm.
But I believe it was a little bit slower, to be honest.
We'll have to look at that, because that was interesting for sure.
Yeah. I believe there was like one more runner who did something like that, and we counted like 2 seconds slower, something like that.
Yeah, I know back when us Quebecois boys had the beta, we had the Colostrum boss too, and I think that's how we handled it back then. But then when the game came out and people were doing it the other way, they found it was faster to do it that way.
So we're done with Colostrum, and man, we got one of the best upgrades right now, Rope Dart. This is by far the best upgrade I think in the game. Just Rope Dart.
Best and worst weapon, because like it's so awesome and it makes you do some crazy things, but you could very often miss your Rope Dart barely and then die.
It's very disheartening.
Yeah, it really is.
So basically just Rope Dart from now on.
Yeah, just
in
Rope
this
Dart
game.
forehead.
Yeah, this is the game. Really cool skips there from Kodran and BroedgeMan utilizing the Rope Dart here as well. We can use the Rope Dart on objects and on enemies, on walls, to gain a little bit of momentum. And there's like a technique that we can do. Can you tell us a little bit more about that technique, Skate?
Oh, absolutely. So we call it the Hansan in the community. Just because there's a Chinese runner formerly known as Hansan, and he was an out-of-bounds runner who would basically use Rope Dart like everywhere, like every single possible place he can do it, he would just do it. And so when I made the segmented community run thing and I watched his run, I was just like, okay, this is crazy. I'm just gonna call it the Hansan because this is the only time I've seen this happen. And now we just call it the Hansan every time you just Rope Dart at a wall.
Yeah, and it's a tradition. It's a tradition within like the runners. Whenever we do it, we actually say Hansan. So I'm pretty sure like inside like Kodran right now is thinking. By the way, Kodran did a really insane wall jump here. Wow.
Oh yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure like whenever Kodran does the Hansan, he says Hansan. So,
Yeah, here we go.
So Hansan. Again. Hansan here.
Nice, beautiful. I'm proud.
There we go. Alright, both of them did a really like good job so far. I have to say, Kodran had a couple of mistakes, and BroedgeMan in some sections used their old strats. I need to say, which are a little bit slower, but not by much. So pretty good things overall. And,
yeah, Kodran, he's definitely popping off now. He, like ever since his death, he kind of went serious mode, and now he's just doing some crazy things the rest of the run. So another use of the rope dart, which I don't think we spoke about, is it makes bosses super trivial. Like you just spam rope dart and attack, and like you just don't get hit because of the iframes you have, or not even iframes. You don't get hit for a long time.
Yeah. So, oh, Kodran.
Oh, this is pretty dicey.
Buddy.
Oh no.
He skipped the checkpoint, I think, as well.
Yeah, you skipped the save.
He skipped 2 checkpoints, I think. Oh no, don't tell me he did that. Okay, he didn't. Okay. Oof.
Okay, well, yeah. Yeah, you could miss that checkpoint if you rope dart too high.
Okay, at least, you know, he didn't skip the other checkpoint. And BroedgeMan is in the lead now. What a turn of events, because, you know, Kodran had a really, decent run, I think, overall. BroedgeMan had a really good run as well, but as I said, like, a little bit of new tech, a little bit of fresh movement as well from Kodran gave him, like, the lead. But BroedgeMan with a really clean fight. Okay, Kodran, 1 HP, I don't know what he's doing. Nice, clean fight from BroedgeMan. He had, like, a little bit of, but he managed to class the fight, and now he's going to move on to the Glacial Peak, and Kodran gets another death.
Oh, no!
Kodran is now practicing, dude.
What a shame.
What
it's crazy. Like, Kodran right now is like just doing the craziest things and then also dying a lot, which is just really unfortunate.
Yeah. Alright, best level in the game by far. BroedgeMan approaching Glacial Peak. And this is where we say whenever Shovel, please. If you have any dancing in mode, just spam it now. This is the best level in the game. Music good, platforming is absolutely ridiculous. Okay, a little bit of unfortunate things there from BroedgeMan, but he will recover. There we go. Okay, Kodran gets a 3rd try on the boss fight.
Alright, now he has to pull off the ultimate comeback. He could definitely do it, so it's definitely not over yet.
Yeah, really nice use of rope darting there from BroedgeMan. This room is really cool, really nice platforming. Those vertical sections, both in Syrian Cracks and Glacial Peak, are really beautiful.
Right, it's really satisfying to pull off when you have, the rope dart and basically everything you have at your disposal at this point, and just flawlessly go through the level. It's pretty nice.
So you see, Glacial Peak is the level that brings every single upgrade that we bought to like fully usage, right? Glide attack, rope darting, slashing projectiles, everything is fully utilized here, and you can have some really crispy movement, I have to say. And
that's like one of the best adjectives, crispy movement.
Dude, I love it. Alright, this section is really cool as well. We don't care about bouncers, we just like gonna use projectiles and lanterns, and we say we're out of here, saving those frames because we're true speedrunners.
Oh, the Hansans too. Don't forget about those. Also saving the frames everywhere.
We remember the Hansans.
Oh my god, Kodran doing the left side too. Oh my goodness.
You serious?
Bouncing off the left lantern to go up to that platform. Very nice.
Alright, this screen that BroedgeMan is on right now is my favorite screen in the game.
Oh yeah, this is a fun one. I agree.
Wait,
it's like
one of the enemies...
Wait, what?
Sorry, but one of the enemies didn't spawn there for BroedgeMan.
Oh, was it like the ice potato?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was so unfortunate. He missed a couple of, like, frames, I guess.
Yeah, that's weird.
That was so weird. Yeah, we did it. We reached the top of the mountain.
Oh, yeah.
Cutscene. Story, lore, let's go.
Yeah, shoutouts to lore. Respect the lore.
Exactly.
Get this humongous tower out of nowhere, thanks to the raising the scroll. And now the shopkeepers are really excited because they get to do the thing.
So this level is actually really scary, I have to say. There are a lot of things that can go wrong.
Right.
So
Still anyone's game.
yeah. Remember that everything in like the spikes deal 3 points of damage, enemies deal one point of damage, lasers deal 4 points of damage. So it's really scary. We have 6 HP now for racing purposes, and I think we're gonna like keep having 6 HP from like all the runs now with some new strats. Oh, BroedgeMan is trying some. He tried to do some really cool things, and unfortunately it didn't really work. He took like the hits now from laser, and he's in the really unfortunate position of being on 1 HP, and the checkpoints refill up to 3 HP, and now he cannot do like a specific damage boost. By the way, that is technically out of bounds, but it's something that you cannot avoid. So
yeah, it's very common to have it happen there.
Yeah, so it's allowed because it doesn't give you an advantage. In fact, it gives you like you lose time. In the meantime, BroedgeMan gets his first death now.
Oh no,
That's rough for Broedge.
and that was his first death. Dang.
Yes. First death from BroedgeMan, and really unfortunate. We say that. Okay, he got the. Oh, he got a really nice refill there. That's a really nice lucky drop. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's super big that he got it, because if you die, you're gonna be spawning with 3 HP, and from now on, whenever you get hit by a laser or something, you'll be dead. But by having that HP refill, and no, he gets crushed.
Oh no.
Wait, Kodran has the lead now, I think.
Yeah, he does actually.
Oh no, back and forth now, the lead. No, that was so unfortunate from
Oh jeez.
BroedgeMan, because
Shoutouts to Dumb Wiz Rose, man.
yeah. So if you get crushed, it's instant death, no matter the HP. So despite the really unfortunate HP refill, yeah, crushes don't care, man. Wiz Robes don't care as well, apparently.
Yeah.
But it's still not over. There are like a couple of dangerous things in Tower of Time. Let's see how this goes. Really interesting room right here for Kodran. He has the HP, and he will probably do a damage boost through some lasers here to skip like a really long section. This damage boost saves 7 seconds. So, fortunately for Kodran, he can do it. BroedgeMan cannot do it because he doesn't have the HP for the damage boost. So another small time save there for Kodran.
Right. It's one of the main reasons why going up to 6 HP is nice. Just to make this a little bit more consistent to get it.
As you can see, like you have to wait for that platform to block the lasers. That's like the intended way, and that saves about 7 seconds. From now on, though, I have to say that Kodran doesn't really have any major issues, right? The Tower of Time is not really dangerous from now on.
Hey, he hung onto that shuriken to save. I don't know what the time save is in that one room, but anyways, if you walk into that one room that has the crystal on the bottom, and you actually use a shuriken on it, it'll go ahead and port you forward all the way to the point where you'll just go ahead and start teleporting through the shuriken. Whereas BroedgeMan, he doesn't have that shuriken anymore, so he can't exactly do that. He accidentally blew 2 of them in that room with the floating eyes.
Oh yeah, I actually didn't pay attention to that. You're right. That does save a little bit of time. I believe it's like 0.8 or something like that. Time wasting room from Kodran, and he's approaching the finale of the run. One more boss to go. In the meantime, in Kuninga CST mentions that BroedgeMan did get some really nice 1 cycles though. So a couple of like frames saved for him, getting those 1 cycles. And yeah, we're approaching the Arcane Golem. Really fun fight.
Best boss music in the game.
exactly. I agree with that statement. So let's see how it goes. Just like about 20 seconds, more or less, maybe a little bit more separating these two. Arcane Golem for Kodran. And the finale of this race will come after he beats this boss. There's like a really weird technique that you can use here by using Rope Dart. Kodran is going for something like that.
Okay, nice recovery.
Yeah. Not the cleanest fight so far, but yeah, he's using Rope Dart and getting those iframes, as Gateman mentioned in the Colossus Zeus fight, to just like not taking damage there. Yeah, a little bit of a sloppy fight, but both of them are on Arcane Golem, but Kodran is slowly approaching the end, I think. Just a couple of hits. 1 HP for Kodran. Okay, he gets a kill. And
Kodran takes the race and advances to the top 4.
Semi-finals for Kodran.
Yeah.
And oh my, that was a really interesting race. Really unfortunate things for both runners, but both of them, you know, did kind of recover. That was like really good stuff.
Your BroedgeMan showing like the alternate way of doing it, where you just kind of stand far back from the orbs and you just slash and jump. All right.
Chat's holding Kodran to go practice.
I think, despite the need to practice, he's still gonna refuse, I believe. But
yeah,
that's
and
fine.
GG from BroedgeMan as well.
Yeah, GG to both runners.
Yeah, they had a good showing. I think BroedgeMan had a really good run. No, unfortunately that thing happened on Tower of Time, but Tower of Time is such a trolley level sometimes, man. It's just like, it can be like that. Yeah, there are a lot of things that can kill you, and unfortunate things, you know, that happened to BroedgeMan there.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we'll have both of runs soon here with us. Let me. Oh shit! I pressed some wrong buttons. Okay. Whoops. Okay, there we go. Okay, we'll have both runners soon joining us here for an interview. Yeah, we had a really good race.
Hi.
Hey.
Hey, we are joined by our 2 racers now, Kodran and BroedgeMan.
Yeah, what up?
Yeah, where do you want to start with this?
It all starts in Bamboo Creek.
Yeah.
That's where it starts to go wrong, I think.
It all starts from back home, right, Kodran?
Yeah.
Well, I have to say that we had a really good race. Both of you had really good showing.
I don't know if that's true.
Well, you did play a lot of. You did have some good levels overall. Like, you did have that death in Bamboo, as you said, and then the 2 deaths in Colossus Zeus. But you know, that's due to you not practicing, right?
Yeah.
So you need to practice more. BroedgeMan, you had a really good run, man.
I actually had a really, really good run. Like, I'm not at all on practice right now, and I was on PB pace until Tower of Time, and well, stuff went wrong there. But yeah, that's really my lack of practice at the moment.
Yeah, that was nice.
Yeah,
though.
so I guess we had a good race from the time. Just by looking at the time, though. So
Yeah.
The lead was switching constantly. It was pretty crazy.
Oh my god.
It was like really interesting. As Kodran he was about to finish the Colossus Zeus fight. You started the fight, and then Kodran dies.
No, okay. What happened is, like, I was on 1 HP when I finished the fight, and as they were going up to die, I died. Like, the fight was over.
Oh no!
My goodness.
Yeah.
Weren't you just talking about that in your stream?
Yeah. Because literally 40 minutes ago, right before this run starts, I was saying I wonder if that can happen. Yeah,
Wow.
it can.
And then when you guys like enter Tower of Time, BroedgeMan, when you had the first death, you know, Kodran was slowly approaching, and then you had the second death, and then we were like, oh wait, Kodran is in the lead now. Like, you know,
Yeah.
we had that shift.
I had that stupid wizard, the first one.
Oh yeah.
But I'm kind of glad I got the revenge later in the room with the 3 wizards, where all of them spawned at the door and I could kill them. That was a good feeling, though.
That was nice.
Yeah, that is indeed the best feeling.
Yeah. I actually have a question for Kodran, because so I know like after your deaths, like you were just like popping off and doing some crazy things, and we noticed a few things, like the Quillshroom boss.
That was sick.
Like,
I don't know. That wasn't a total accident, but that was
like
sick.
was that swag or was that like planned? Like what happened there?
Okay. In my head, I realized I missed like 2 hits, so I wanted to go for more on the second time she comes down, and then I got hit by the thing, so I missed even more hits, so she didn't even whip phase, and then I was just like, oh god, like, and then I just like spammed attack and jump, and it worked out.
Right, and then like after that happened, like then she just went immediately to the middle, and you were done.
Yeah,
so...
I knew she was gonna go to the middle. That's why I went to the door, because I know like it's based on damage. So yeah, but I'm pretty sure that was faster than doing the whip phase. Like I don't know, maybe I'll need to time it.
Because originally we used to do that. We used to skip the whip phase kind of, but it was slower. But the way you did it, you kind of like, I don't know, you like skip the whip phase. And
yeah, that might be faster than the normal.
We'll have to look into it for sure.
Hacks, that's what I say. Well, Kodran, you're gonna advancing to the semifinals, and you are facing one of the easiest opponents, of course, out there, Kuninga CST.
That should be pretty easy win.
I mean, Kuni is free, right?
Oh, also, I mean, this was a crazy run. I had out of bounds in Catacombs. Everything else made me forget about that, but
yeah, we do have to say though, you did the honor thing. You waited.
I felt afterwards that I didn't wait long enough, and I was kind of like, if I wait now, it's gonna be weird, you know. But I don't know.
But you did the honorable thing. You waited, which is nice. BroedgeMan, I have to say, you know, you've been out like of the game, but you're slowly coming back to it. Are you planning on getting back to the out of bound runs?
Oh, I'm definitely planning on to go back to a lot of categories in this game. Like not right now, but I'm definitely gonna practice some runs like a January or something.
Yeah, that's really hype. I'm really looking forward to your any % out of bound runs.
But yeah, that's probably the one I'm gonna most focus on. We'll see though.
I said like in the beginning of the stream, you were probably one of the innovators, I guess, of the clips, right? You found so many skips in combination with like you and Messenger. You were 2 of the guys who were experimenting with reverse clips and such, and it was like so hype.
It's a lot of fun just messing around with the game no one has really put time into. So that was like, yeah, well, it was a fun ride to find a lot of clips and stuff. Sure.
So I'm looking forward to you joining back again. You do a really good job in the tournament here. Paid, so that's really nice. In the no other bounds, right, category, something that you don't usually tackle that often. And you had some really nice races as well, so that's really cool.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much sums it up for us. Do you guys have anything else to say? Any final thoughts?
I just want to say that this game is amazing, and if you haven't played it, I think you should. And even if you watch the entire run, there's so much more to it that you haven't seen. So
yeah, I'm just glad to be part of this tournament. It was really fun to be in here, and I didn't expect to win against Kodran, but that was actually a really close call. So yeah, that's pretty hype ending for me. I gotta say that.
Yeah, and you had a really good race, so congrats on that.
Thanks.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Thank you, the racers, of course, for this amazing race. Thank you to Jora for joining the commentary, and of course, Kate. I mean, you know, you guys did a really great job. Thank you so much for joining.
Right back.
Yep, thank you very much. This is my first time doing anything for Speed Gaming. I hope it continues on later.
Oh yeah, we have 3 more like a set of matches. I don't know if it's 4. We are approaching the semifinals of this tournament. Kodran is going to face Kuninga CST, and N2 is going to face me in the other semifinals. So there's going to be some really nice races. I think all 4 of us are top 4 in the leaderboard right now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Last 4, top
So-
4.
And like the difference between us is like basically like 30 seconds apart or something like that. It's like ridiculously close. So it's anyone's game. So if you guys are if you guys want to see more messenger races, make sure you follow the links of the bracket and the schedule. And we'll have more messenger coming up soon. So hope you have a great time. See ya.
Till next time.
Take care.
Yep.